Hey everybody, this is Francesco Abbruzzino with the Uncensored Report. And today I want to talk a little bit about governments and the interference in other elections. You know, we've been hearing a lot from Obama how upset he is because he believes that Russia interfered in our election process. No real proof. We had the CIA initially coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, we have this data," and they're sowing that. You really can't believe how many times have they stated something, or how is it that these guys can't uncover chemical weapons in Iraq or some of the other mistruths, the changing governments that you see out there. Yet they know that the Russians hacked our system. FBI, DHS said, hey, we don't know who did it. Now they're saying, oh yeah, we're on board with the CIA. It all seems just a little bit fishy to most of us out there. And so you get mainstream media's hysteria that they're out there in reaction to the alleged allegations that Moscow and Putin are employing cyber warfare to influence our presidential elections. I wouldn't be surprised if they were doing it because we do it to each other. And that's why I wanted to essentially revisit America's involvement in a lot of the uprisings, like the one you see up here, and how we get in and meddle in other people's affairs. So should we really be so hypocritical and be so in shock and awe over allegations that Russia possibly got involved in ours? China's involved in ours all the time. Where's the shock and awe there? Russia appears to be meddling. Okay, I get that. I wouldn't doubt it because, like I said, we do it to each other. But we have been meddling in foreign politics, and it's a great American pastime, if you will, for over 100 years. We've been doing this to influence the outcome of elections, to change government, regime change. Even President Gerald Ford, he defended our right to undermine elections in other countries because he stated it was in our best interest. And we have these covert interventions in foreign elections, and that was the policy throughout the Cold War. And we continue to do it today. It never discontinued. You look at some of them. Honduras, they had a military ousted, democratically elected president there. The United Nations condemned everything, said it was a military coup. The American states suspended Honduras membership. But if you look at the emails that surfaced, Clinton back then said that her State Department and her team worked behind the scenes to fend off efforts by neighboring democracies to get it reinstated. Guatemala in '54, the CIA deposed the Guatemalan president. They installed a military dictatorship. Iran in '53, we had the elected and nationalist politician. The U.S. intervened in the coup because we didn't like the person they had in place. Haiti. We've been meddling there forever. Talk about it. When you come to Haiti, U.S.-sponsored coups there. Congo. How about Indonesia, Vietnam, Afghanistan in 2014? The elections didn't go the way the U.S. intended, so we declared a tie and created this new position, which is not in the Afghan Constitution, was not then, and it's called the Chief Executive Officer. Syria, we've intervened in there. Diplomatic cables published by WikiLeaks, I can't even speak today, revealed that the U.S. officials were plotting to destabilize the government of Assad since 2006. I did a rant earlier because he was not buy-in on that oil pipeline, the Syrian pipeline, to divert the oils away so that Europe didn't have to rely on Russia. Ukraine, 2014. They became the first theater of the new Cold War when Obama went in there and supported the uprising. You might say, oh, yeah, right. What happened is the guy didn't sign on to join the European Union. We supported the uprising. It became known through Newlands. She's assistant ambassador, I believe. Newland. I forget her first name. She came out and it was on a phone call where it was discovered that we were financing the uprising. And then she was later caught talking about putting in a puppet government. But a lot of people don't realize that. They don't realize that the United States intervened in Ukraine, which pissed off Russia. The United States kept saying, oh yeah, they got all these troops there. Well, yeah, in a 96 accord, I think it was 96, there was an agreement that they could store up to 20, 30,000, I can't remember a specific number, of troops within the Ukraine. And so there's a lot of misinformation being fed out there. And it's important to note that these are just examples that illustrate the out-and-out contempt that we have for democracy. Our government has for democracy. We're the United States. We're supposed to embody and embodied democracy, embraced democracy across the world. And if the Russians have, in fact, taken action which may or may not have tilted our election in favor of their preferred or candidate, I don't know, their machinations seem to have had an effect. Had an effect on altering America to the fact that its own medicine tastes very noxious. As we've seen with everybody in such an uproar that this could have happened, that Russia could have intervened and had the audacity to hack our systems. And like I said, folks, this isn't new. This is something that happens all the time. And if even sitting here, you know, what I think about it is that as I sit here, it would be more conducive to democracy if we spent less time worrying about what Putin was up to and put more effort into our electoral house and putting it in order, because there are many flaws out there. So when you hear Obama, when you hear a lot of the Democrats out there saying, oh my God, Russia intervened in our election, remember, research it. Don't do the Snopes thing, those two idiots. Go to Google. Find all the different stories that are out there. The United States has actively intervened in regime change and interfering with the elections in other countries. We're an active partner in this. And why is it okay for us to do it, but once it happens to us, it's not good? And it didn't have a direct impact on the election. Supposedly, whoever it is hacked the DNC and just put their emails out there. It's not like they went in and hacked the electoral system and changed the vote tallies or changed that went from Clinton over to Trump. Come on, folks. It's time to stop. Wake up and smell the coffee. Stop being the sheeple. This has been Francesco Abbruzzino with the Uncensored